Greetings, warriors! My name's Pretty, and, I'm so big into Resplendence, so let's talk about the Resplendence I want for 2022. Yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a little bit, but I wanted to, get some things more situated. In my Resplendent reviews, I do talk about the themings of each realm, but most of the time it's very vague and not defined. So I wanted to take some time, the beginning of this year, and figure out more solid answers. I mean, of course they're not going to be 100% solid, because new characters will always change what I have written down, but, So, this video is going to be talking about my top pick for each of the realms for a new Resplendent this year. And then I will throw in a personal favorite of mine that I don't care what realm they are in, I just want them to have a Resplendent. That's all I care about. I made a template, which you'll see at the end. So check the link down below for Twitter, and you can fill out your own template and let me know, who you want as a Resplendent this year.
Deep breath and...
Now, fun thing about my choice. Rebecca. Yes, the thousand-eyed stare Rebecca. But Kenmei started doing a Resplendent not redesign, but Resplendent design series on her channel, Askr Rebecca. Not only would that look amazing, I mean, Kenmei did amazing with it. I'll put it on the screen. Go subscribe to Kenmei, please. Come on, their art is beautiful. Anyways, I think she kind of fits the theming of Askr. It's going to be very hit or miss because I don't know Rebecca personally. It's just based off of reading her wiki. It feels like she has a sense of duty or a sense of righteousness, which is very much the theming for Askr. And why I say that she would fit into the theming of sense of duty and righteousness, blah, 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 is spoilers for her profile, but she joins Eliwood to find her missing brother. So I feel like that's a sense of duty to protect your family, to, protect. And I think that's a very Askr type of feeling. And do I need to say why her art needs an upgrade? Have you seen her eyes? They just stare. They're so soulless. So yeah, Rebecca is my top choice for Askr this year. Even if she's not an Askr, please, IS, please, give this woman a Resplendent, please.
You should have tried harder.
Following the lovely realm of Askr, we got Embla. And as you saw in the editing, it's Inez. Why Inez? First off, I haven't really played his game, so again, basing it off the wiki. And why Embla? So, Embla is a basket of weird. It's so hard to pin something down exactly for Embla. So at the moment, I have it as cruel circumstances / rough childhoods and etc. And it is, okay, while he really didn't have a rough childhood or cruel circumstances, he mainly is a fit because he kind of evokes what Embla is. Kind of cocky, kind of, self-assured, arrogant, and would he not look amazing in, vampy colors? His outfit lends to such potential for, Embla, and I think it would be really cool. It would be great contrast with his green hair. Could you imagine him in, dark purple and, black, and, oh, that would look so good. So this is more of just a design preference rather than, actually fitting into the realm. But as I said earlier, Embla is kind of weird. It's kind of weird. But, and as for his art, like, I'm not saying his art right now is bad. It's not. It's not amazing either. He just looks so different in comparison to young Inez and summer Inez, and I feel like there needs to just be that little bit of cohesion. And slight bias, because I know Promise loves Inez, so I want this to be a good thing for her this year. Slight bias, that's all.
I won't be left behind.
Next on my wish list is Deirdre. And can you guess what realm? It's going to be Nifl. Why Nifl? Well, she kind of matches her child, which is cute. And the theming for Nifl right now is characters that are either fragile in personality, fragile in mindset, fragile in their social skills, and strong familiar bonds / feelings. And Deirdre kind of fits if you push her hard enough, because she really, like, has such a strong sense of being dedicated to the forest, and she was, you know, her family was an old woman, and, you know, she has very strong connections with, like, her newfound family, quote-unquote. So, I feel like it fits if you shove hard enough. And would she not look beautiful in the entire of Nifl, especially if they go with that light blue that Sarah had? That would look amazing on her. It would be so gorgeous. And for the art, now this is one of the ones that I'm okay with the art. For some reason, something about Deirdre's base art just hits a note for me, and it's gorgeous. I just want her to have a little bit of love. I don't think she's going to really get a legendary form. She potentially could get an ascended form, which I'd be cool with too. I just want her to get a little more love and attention because she's gorgeous. So, the art, as long as the art is at least on par with this, I'm good. That's all I gotta say. I just keep imagining her in this light blue color, and it's going to be beautiful if it happens. But I never get the things I want out of Resplendence, so, you know.
Be gone from my sight!
Here we have a hot take with Berkut in Múspell.
Come on. Like, regardless of theme, would that not be amazing?
He just has such a significant tie to fire with poor Renea. Poor Renea. You know, I just keep thinking about her and I keep getting sad. So, for theming for Múspell, what I've settled down on right now is revenge. You receive a greater power during your journey, and does Berkut not fit into that, like, to a T? I mean, I guess with Alm, it's not really revenge, it's more jealousy, but it has the same kind of powerful emotion behind it. Like, he wants to prove himself, so, you know, I mean, revenge kind of is a powerful emotion, same with jealousy, and, like, come on.
He received great power. He received great power at the cost of Renea, unfortunately.
And would he not look awesome? I mean, I get his attire right now is very, like, I don't want to call it Roman type armor, but very European. And wouldn't it be nice seeing that break down a little bit and giving him a little more edge? Oh, it would look so good. And could you imagine his cloak being burnt? This is a perfect choice for Múspell. And if they don't do Berkut and Múspell, I'm gonna be sad. I know Berkut's a GHB, and usually they don't do those, but come on. Give me this, please. It would be so freaking cool. I don't care that he's a GHB, he's going to be awesome in Múspell. Awesome.
You are excused!
Now, this might be a little bit of a weird choice. You know, Jacob in hell. It's so. First off, I'm going off of a lot of design things here, like imagining it in my head. Would he not look amazing? He already has the gothic attire that fits into hell, and if they just ramped it up more, adding the glowy parts, oh my god, like it would be such a nice purple, and it would just be so dang good. Outside of just, you know, it looking freaking amazing, hell fits with Jacob. And hell's theming is sacrifices for the causes that they believe in. Either it being a physical sacrifice like death, or sacrificing their being. And come on, Jacob sacrifices himself. You know, he kind of fits into that category, so it fits thematically. And for his art, like, I forgot to say this about Berkut. Berkut's art's not bad either. Jacob's art's not bad either, but I feel like they could do better. So, that's why he's on the list. Please give me my gothic butler. Please. It would be so stinking cool.
Did you need something?
You are a dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Yeah, it's Olivia. Were you not expecting a dancing unit on this? I'm sorry, there has to be at least one. And I had to narrow it down so that this entire list wasn't dancers, okay? But yes, Olivia, in the Light Fairies. I'm not even going to try to say that name. But yes, her as a light fairy. Oh, like, could you imagine? So she has like the little rope type thing that ties to her wrists. Like, could you imagine? That would be such a beautiful butterfly type thing. And instead of having them connect together, they only connect at her wrists. And when she's dancing, it looks like she's flying like a butterfly. If this does not happen, I am drawing it at the end of this year. Hold me to it. If it does not happen, I am drawing it. And, of course, she fits very well with the theme of Light Fairies, which I've determined to be, right now, innocence and hope. It doesn't have to be necessarily innocence of, you know, in the way that you typically think of innocence. It could be innocence of just understanding the world, innocence of not experiencing extreme hardship, or it could be in the case of, you know, real innocence, like they are pure and haven't really been corrupted by the world yet. And kind of offering that pillar of light and, you know, just being a sweet bubblegum person that you want to give a hug to. And Olivia fits. Like, she just, and come on, her design. I know I just talked about her design, but like, wouldn't that be so freaking good? Outside of that, Olivia's art is art. It is art that exists. I'm not the biggest fan of the bold lines. It's so contrary to her opinion, like her personality. Like, sure, if you have bold lines on a character like Arthur, you know, he's very much a bold type person. But having those bold lines on somebody who's soft and shy is a little weird to me, at least. So, it's just, her design blossoms with softer looking art. I mean, like, her weird flying form, pseudo-ascendant form that everybody's calling it. But see, she looks so soft in that. And they could really do a fantastic job with her art. I want this in my life, and if it does not happen, I'm going to cry.
My path is certain.
Woo! Who would have guessed I put corn on this list? Probably everybody. But yes, Corin is finally here. It took me while to figure out which fairy I wanted her in. And I finally settled on the dark fairies. I'll talk about the theming in a minute. And I know female Corrin is often associated with Nor, so that's a good reason. And I know people are like, but come on, wouldn't she look cool as a light fairy? And I agree wholeheartedly. But thematically, I think she would fit better into the dark fairies. And why I say that she would fit thematically is, well, devotion. Devotion tends to be a theme of the dark fairies from what I've generally gathered. Also, kind of, as somebody put it in one of my comments, thorns on roses. You know, they're beautiful and they're soft and but they're sharp. They're sharp. And that fits female Corrin very, very well. At least in my opinion. And wouldn't she, like, her cape as, like, the dark fairy wings? Honestly, like, she would look super duper good in, like, red wings. Like, it would make her eyes pop and it would be so cool. She would look so amazing. Why doesn't she have a Resplendent already? And her art. Her art is, as I said, art. It's just not my personal favorite style. It just doesn't feel like Corrin, you know? It feels like somebody attempting to be Corrin, but not Corrin. Of course, who's the artist that does Corrin, like, all the time? I would look it up. But I'm kind of lazy, so somebody tell me in the comments. But I would like, you know, that artist to do it. But I think it would also be cool to see Corrin in a different style as well. But man, I just not the biggest fan of this art, and I want it to change. I want her to be a dark fairy with beautiful wings and beautiful art. Is that too much to ask? Apparently it is.
I will triumph!
Now, in the world of mechs, we got Titania. Now, I've heard some people kind of figuring out if she's going to fit into Niðavellir or Jötunheimr. I personally think Niðavellir is a better pick for her. Because, okay, I get it, the realm of giants, you know, she's a boss lady, but let's just talk about the potential of her having a mech horse. A mech horse. A mech horse. Would that not be amazing? I know IS probably wouldn't go that hard on a Resplendent. They'd just keep her on a normal horse, unfortunately. But wouldn't that be amazing? Her to have a mech horse. This wonderful, powerful woman is in a mech horse. Yes, please. I would love that. So, you know, there's that reason. And she fits very well thematically. So Niðavellir is very much, I know it's the same thing as Askr, but it's a sense of duty. And I feel like with this sense of duty, at least for Niðavellir, is a lot more hard. Like, it's a lot more devotion and a lot more like, this is my entire life kind of thing, instead of sense of duty as in, like, for Ryoma, where his sense of duty is to his kingdom, but it's also to the people, and, you know, it's hard. There's not very many Niðavellir characters. I apologize. It'll be refined more in the future, but right now that's what it is. And she fits that. Does she not? She is, like, an amazing girl boss who wants to be this wonderful mercenary, and she was once a knight, and, like, come on. She fits that very, very well. In my opinion, at least. And her art. Okay. This is probably one of my favorite arts on this, you know, list. I like her base art. It's so pretty. So whoever has to do Resplendent version of her has to try really hard. But I'm sure that if they do this right, it's going to be probably the best Resplendent in the game, in my humble opinion. Because her outfit leans very much towards the design aesthetic of
Niðavellir, and it could be done so well, but it also could be done so wrong, and that makes me nervous. So it's just, there's such great potential and such great failure that could be done. Hopefully, it's a success. If it happens, if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna cry. I think a lot of people are gonna cry. But I would love this so much. Mech horse. I just can't stop thinking about the mech horse.
Time to play!
And finally, a more controversial pick maybe, we got Camilla in Jötunheimr. Now, same thing as Niðavellir.
Mech bird. She could ride a mech bird.
Like the Jötunheimr sisters have. I mean, I know they don't technically ride them, but wouldn't that be so cool? This is the one that I'm the least confident on, to be honest. Oh, I whacked myself with my mic. Like, I could see it being really fun and very different, but I could also see it being really bad. Because she definitely design-wise would fit so much better somewhere else, like Embla or, the Dark Fairies. But I put her into Jötunheimr for one reason, and that is the theming of Jötunheimr. The theming is reliance. Be it reliance on people, be it reliance on your country, etc., etc., etc. Camilla relies so heavily on her siblings and her weird relationship with Corin. She relies on it. That's literally like her entire personality. She is the big sister archetype. So she fits so well thematically here. Design-wise, I mean, it'd be cool seeing her in a white getup because typically she's in black getups and stuff. And, people really like her being revealing, and Jötunheimr has revealing clothing. Camilla's base art too it's nice. I like the gradient in her hair, but I feel like they could do so much better with just the vibe of Camilla, if that makes sense. The vibe of Camilla, like, I don't know, just something about it feels like they could go a little harder, make her more mesmerizing, and kind of like what they did with Ishtar. Like, honestly, like, get the same artist for this Camilla. I know it's a repeat, but I don't care. That would be gorgeous and just stunning. And, fun. Give her a mech bird. Please, IS. Please go hard on these Resplendents. Alright, and finally, we have my little bonus round of please just give this character a Resplendent. I don't care where it is. Just please, please, please do it, IS. And it's Gwendolyn. It's Gwendolyn. She looks so bad. It's not just because her art style. Her art style is fine. Her art style is alright. It's nothing special. It's just how she's drawn. Like, her bulky wide shoulders, her minuscule waist. Like, whenever you see her, you're just like, great, it's Gwendolyn. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh, get her out of my sight. And I whacked myself with my mic again. And I feel like that she has such great potential. I don't care what realm she's in. I don't care. Just give her a Resplendent. Please, for the love of God. So yeah, that's my Resplendent wish list for 2022. I'm gonna scoop myself over and put my wish list right there next to me. Of course I didn't add, my bonus round because it would have ruined the symmetry and, But anyways, there will be a link to a Twitter post with the template, or you can poke me on Discord. It should be on my Discord by now. If it's not, poke me there and I'll put it there. But yeah, I'm really curious what you want out of Resplendents this year. I just hope whatever they do, they make it interesting. Like, I love talking about the Resplendents. Like, I feel like that's my niche. Because it's such a cool thing that they're doing. Going back and updating old characters, giving them new stats, giving them new art. And I feel like it's so fun to theorize and talk about the potentials of Resplendents. And I just hope that they have a lot of hits this year. I hope that they have a lot of excitement for us to talk about. Like, there's going to be 24, right? Two every month. So that's a lot of Resplendents. A lot of Resplendents. A lot of opportunities for great successes. I am very excited for this year. I hope you guys are too. If you're watching this at the end of 2022, comment below. Tell me if I was right on some of these, if I was wrong on some of these, or if any of these, didn't get a Resplendent, which I feel like is very, very possible. But anyways, this was extremely fun to do. Please let me know your thoughts. And, in a couple of days, if I'm posting this in the right time, or maybe tomorrow, I don't know when I'm posting this, because I gotta edit it. Hopefully, we will get the Resplendent announcement. And hopefully we start 2022 with a bang. So, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. Keep fighting your battles, and I will see you next time. Toodaloo!